I'll sleep at the hotel.
Welcome to What the Flick, everybody, the only movie review show where the critics get to say something that they have never before said on television. Christy?
My dick is so hard.
That's a winner. Alonso?
Ronald Reagan is our greatest president.
Oh, come on. 2 for 2. Good stuff. We're going to give you a review of the Liam Neeson film Unknown, which I think caught a lot of us off guard. Christy?
So Liam Neeson and his beautiful
My
wife.
dick is so hard. Come on.
It is. Between you two guys.
Not rehearsed at all. She knocked it
like
out of the park.
All those
That
years
was
of
so
improv.
good.
Thank you. Liam Neeson goes to Berlin with his beautiful wife, played by January Jones, and he is there for a scientific conference, but when he arrives at the hotel, realizes he's left his briefcase at the airport, sets off a horrible chain reaction crash. He knocks his head. He's in a coma for 4 days. He wakes up. He might not be who he thinks he is. Take a look.
Welcome to Berlin.
Can you tell me what you remember?
I was in a taxi. I crashed. I don't know how I got here.
You have been in a coma for 4 days. We couldn't find any identification with you. What's your name?
I had a great time. I was excited. I thought the action stuff was terrific. It is an amalgam of ideas from a bunch of other movies, but I have to say I was kind of getting into the whole conspiracy and how are they going to write themselves out of this, and I had a blast.
Memories get lost or fractured.
I'm not crazy. Somewhere there's proof I'm me.
Liam Neeson is great in this and great in Taken, which is very similar to. I love that he's sort of reinventing himself as this badass action star as he nears 60 years of age. And he helps really elevate this beyond some of its really preposterous twists.
They had me convinced I was crazy. But when they came to take me, I knew.
Great supporting cast.
Yeah, any movie that has a big fat paycheck for Bruno Ganz, I'm in.
And he and Frank Langella have like the best scene in the whole movie.
Yes,
I would
totally.
Say. So, yeah.
Frank Langella shows up really late in the movie.
Yes.
And then delivers a
And then
really
puts it in his
terrific scene.
pocket and walks off
Yeah,
with it.
but you know the second you see him, you know he's not going to be a good guy.
No.
Yeah.
Although it's surprising, there's still a twist coming once he shows up in the movie.
I don't know who this man is. But you have to arrest him, or many people will die.
There is no Martin Harris. He doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of good twists.
You know, you mentioned the word preposterous, and I had a conversation with a distinguished critic.
And it wasn't
Unlike
one of
anyone
us.
in this room.
Unlike you two bozos. After the movie, who said that, that the film has more, plot holes than a, I don't know, blow-up doll with real human hair. And, but I thought, I agreed because that seemed like the kind of thing you're supposed to say. But and you just said it, I don't even think that's true. Like, I followed everything. It all made sense to me. I don't even know what was really preposterous.
The interchangeable European baddies who were like omniscient and omnipresent and can like get through every possible door and every possible room
like
to get to their guy. I don't know.
There was like one, that guy with the cool glasses, but I mean that was.
He has a cadre.
Yeah, I know. I just mean, but like, I think everything when you look back on it, I think most things,
The actual plot
85%
mechanics
of it,
all
like
line
held
up.
up. Like
Yeah.
it didn't. There aren't these big. Like once they go back and explain it, stuff that was not making sense during the movie, where you're like, well, why is she doing this? Why? Like when you
How
go
could they possibly? Oh.
and then layer by layer, when you peel it back,
yeah.
sort of, I think it actually holds up. I don't even think it's preposterous.
Okay, so the big thing that happens at the end.
Yeah.
You were okay with that?
100%.
All right.
Totally.
And in fact, I have to say, like, I was expecting it once it all lined up and I understood where they were going. I thought it was going to sort of hit the usual action movie beats, and then they toy with that even a little. Stuff happens that I thought, oh well, they won't go this. Oh no, they will. So there were still some surprises. And so yeah, it's a silly movie. It's not a movie I'm going to defend or even necessarily remember, but I had a really good time.
And it does move very well.
It does.
It
The
definitely
car
moves well.
accident,
Yeah.
the thing that sets off the whole thing with Liam Neeson's amnesia, is staged so precisely. And the whole movie has this very chilly kind of vibe to it from the very beginning. He arrives in Berlin, it's very snowy, it's very cloudy, you sort of feel, I don't know, on edge from the beginning.
Right from the beginning. Within the first couple of minutes, when things start to go wrong, I was like, well, what's going to happen next? What just went wrong?
Just no, that whole feeling of like being in a country where you don't speak the language and you don't have your passport.
How did you find me?
I need to know what happened.
It's not safe for you. There were people watching.
I was constantly wondering, how are they going to solve this? How is director
Jaume Collet-Serra.
going to solve this? I don't know. I liked it start to finish. Was nervous the whole time. I was actually going to say edge of my seat without meaning it like the cliche.
Did you stand up and cheer afterward too?
I wanted to cheer.
Was it the roller coaster ride of the summer?
If they weren't so totally lame, I would have been like, Dad!
Do you want to discuss your friend January Jones real fast?
No, I mean, since I went all goo-goo over Tim Oliphant in our earlier review of I Am Number 4, I will. January Jones, it works. I mean, me and 6 billion other guys. But
No, yeah, but I think she has the right look for this kind of
Totally,
movie because
yeah.
she's the icy Hitchcockian blonde.
Oh, Hitchcock
thing.
would have been way into
Yes.
January Jones.
And Diane Kruger is your astonishingly hot cab driver.
Yeah,
Is
she's
she like the
right.
hottest cab driver in all of Germany?
Got to be the hottest cab driver in the history of the world. Yeah, that part held up.
Strange
least.
credulity, maybe.
Yeah, that was the least likely moment in the entire movie. All right, let's get some numbers on it.
I said, what did I say? I said 6.7.
Yeah.
You know, I'm actually going to go up to about a 6.8. I'm sorry to throw your math off, but in talking about this, I realized this was better.
Talk amongst
this
yourselves
was better
for a
than I
moment.
thought originally. So because it's, you know, yeah, it's The Bourne Identity and The Long Kiss Goodnight and a million other movies, but you know, everybody takes from everybody. It's a question of do you do it well or do you do it badly? I would have to say that
Jaume Collet-Serra.
does it very well.
I gave this this movie's great. It's better than Taken, and I love Taken.
Oh, really?
I gave this an 8.1.
Wow.
Whoa.
I like the hell out of this movie. Overall grade 7.2 for Unknown. Go see it. Go see it. Go enjoy it. Go give me a 3-shot. Thank you.
And directing from the set.
And none of that creepy political subtext of Taken.